Hey, this is Kirk, the bariatric carnivore. And just a reminder, there's no magic wand. There's no tooth fairy. The government's not here, not going to save you. When this comes to this fight for our weight and our health, etc., we're on our own. And you can spend your money on GLP-1s. You can starve yourself in order to lose weight. And you can spend a lot of hard-earned money and time and go through a lot of discomfort to get bariatric surgery. But unless you change lifestyle, you're going to regain it. And that's what the statistics show. I mean, it's amazing to me that you can have 70% of your stomach cut out, like I did, and yet in 6 years be 80% of where you were when you started, because that's statistically where people are going to be. I remember, looking at the Biggest Loser study, and I was shocked by these people that, for weeks starved themselves, exercised, put themselves under Jillian Michaels, and rough tutelage, had all this stuff going at them, and became celebrities. Started to position themselves as weight loss coaches and all this other stuff, and many of them exercised really hard afterwards. Yet part of what happened is they went through some extreme metabolic change, and that made them more likely to regain their weight. And sure enough, they did. Almost all of them, got right back to where they were when they started the Biggest Loser program. Same thing happens with people with bariatric surgery. I mean, within 6 years, they're about 80% of where they were before they had the surgery. And it depends on the procedure, but lap band procedures are the worst. The vertical sleeve surgery, like I had, in the middle, and the really complicated one where they reroute the intestines. That one, it's got the best long-term results, but still, most people that have that surgery regain a good hunk of the weight back again. What does that mean to you? I mean, does it mean that we're hopeless, that we're stuck? No. That means that there's some people that succeed. And the people that succeed do change their lifestyle. This is what separates me from most people. That I had bariatric surgery 12 years ago, and I'm still within about 10 pounds of where I was at my lowest weight. I'm actually at my lowest weight after the bariatric surgery. Um, the reason why is I changed lifestyle. I had a fortuitous event. I mean, I can't explain it, but it just out of the blue, I happened to stumble across Dr. Stephen Phinney talking to Low Carb Australia and the Low Carb Down Under conference, and learned about low carb and started really studying it and applied it and started utilizing that as a tool. Basically, I changed my lifestyle with it. And, from that ran into carnivore, etc. And that really created some real change as far as body composition, got me into working out differently and stuff like that. A lot of things have happened since then, but they've all been positive lifestyle changes. And frankly, that's what you got to do. I mean, I know people that have had bariatric surgery that have kept it off for over 20 years. And the one thing they all have in common is they've radically changed the way, their relationship with food. They work out on a regular basis 20 years after having their bariatric surgery. They eat single ingredient foods. They stay away from the junk food. They stay away from the ultra processed stuff. They don't go to Starbucks and buy milkshakes disguised as coffee drinks. They, they have to be conscious of that stuff. And that's what you got to do. There's no shortcuts. I mean, the GLP-1s, the bariatric surgery are great tools to help you get very quick, rapid weight loss. They help you get jump started. They actually do create metabolic change, and can help reverse type 2 diabetes even before you um, lose the weight. They're that powerful of a metabolic tool, but the effects are temporary. You've got like an 18-month grace window to redo how you eat in your relationship with food to get yourself ready for long-term maintenance. That's, I wish that I could say that everything is going to be, rainbows and unicorns and all that type of stuff after you have bariatric surgery, after you lose weight on a GLP-1, after you've starved yourself for a long period of time. But that is not the case. This is a long-term ball game, and eventually you're going to have to find a lifestyle that works for you to maintain your health and your weight. No other choice. But, thankfully, there are options. And, finding what works for you, be it, a low carb option, carnivore, I don't care. But finding the thing that keeps your weight stable and keeps you healthy is so absolutely vital in the long run. This is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. I try to put out a couple messages each week. If you like this message, please hit like and subscribe. Join this channel with other like-minded folks. I will talk to you again soon.